Well, that was a major work for me yesterday at the CBN headquarters. But another major thing that happened yesterday was the commercialization of the NNPC, now NNPC Limited. With this transition, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited will no longer remit money to the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee for sharing 2 to 3 tiers of government. So what are the other implications of this? We have Idris Arua, energy market analyst, joining us from our Abuja studio for this conversation. Hi, Idris, good morning. All right, I hope you can hear me. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Awesome. So we see that one of the implications of the NNPC Limited is that there'll not be remittance from the NNPC to the Federation account for onward sharing. That's another conversation, especially for state governments. But what other implications should we expect from this commercialization of NNPC?
Yeah, with the commercialization, the first thing is that NNPC has become an independent liability company, which is going to operate under the Company and Allied Matters Act. That is, first of all, the primary goal, and NNPC operation will be guided by the Act, CAMA 2020. Now, going forward, government interference in the operations of the NNPC would no longer be necessary. The House committees, the National Assembly committees, the federal government interference will no longer be necessary because the CAMA provides these guidelines under which a company registers under the CAMA 2020 is expected to function. Then, moreover, NNPC Limited is also now a member of the Global Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, which will make NNPC more transparent. Everything about NNPC will be made public. All the documents are made public. NNPC operations with the government as regards to petroleum import and all the other crude oil services is going to be basically on SLA, on a certain service level agreement, so that NNPC is not going to be, is going to operate just like the way other state oil companies like Aramco are operating. NNPC will now have the right to dive into other investment interests, take financial decisions, take business decisions, go into contract and how would I say, create the atmosphere for global financial capital investment into the NNPC. NNPC as a corporation, which was incorporated in 2021, September, following the PIA bill, has the primary responsibility of providing energy security for Nigeria. And with what is happening, which is the most important thing, is that service delivery will now be at its optimum best without the usual government interference.
Right, that's expected.
Is set.
Yeah, that's government interference, you know, is one fear that Nigerians are having, especially when they say, okay, who are those who are still running the company? It's still the same set of people. It's just, you know, the paper change and things like that. But I think one other conversation, if you have been listening closely around you by Nigerians, is how will this affect the supply of petroleum products and the costs? That is what concerns the average man on the streets.
Yeah. Yes. First of all, from the inception of the PIA, and with the coming on board of the new management of NNPC, led by Mr. Mele Kyari, if you observe what has been happening, NNPC have taken some independent business decisions so far. First of all, they've embarked on the rehabilitation and construction of the Port Harcourt refinery with a capacity of 210 thousand barrels per day, which is supposed to come full upstream by 2024. They invested 20% into Dangote refinery to boost the capital base of Dangote refinery, which should also have the capital of around 650,000 barrels per day. And they've also invested 10% in a new African Petroleum Port Harcourt Limited, which also has capacity of 100,000 barrels per day. All these investment are expected to produce a cumulative output of over 900,000 barrels per day. From available evaluation of Nigeria product and consumption demand, as at April 2022, it was put at 73.5 million liters per day, which accounts for just 616,000 barrels per day local consumption demand. If it stays at that rate, with NNPC producing over, and its partners now, producing over 900,000 barrels per day, so by 2024, we should have energy sufficiency, we should have enough fuel. And some of the issues around pricing, although it's strictly a government policy, pricing is federal government policy, NNPC is just supposed to make the supply available at the cheapest cost. But with that, you have taken away the forex end. Okay. Because that's where the main issues are coming from. All right, Mr. Arua. The dollar-naira exchange end, because everything is going on locally.
All right, Mr. Arua, this is obviously an ongoing conversation, and expectations are really high. But I think we will hold you to your words. God will keep us alive to 2024, and then we'll see energy sufficiency by then following this commercialization. Thank you so much.
I'm sure I'll be back on channels to celebrate that with you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Idris Arua, energy market analyst, for sharing your thoughts with us this moment. So we'll take a moment. When we come back, we do have other conversations.